the strangest feeling to know what to believe in. Cause every time you touch me, I can't control my body. Oh, baby, you are on my mind, all I think about, and I don't wanna stop.
From dating to relationships, from sex to love, from Christianity to politics, from darkness to light, you have now entered into the Real Zone. Welcome to Conversations with Trent, where no topic of conversation is safe from discussion. Now, here he is, Mr. Epic himself, Trent Williams.
What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another conversation with Trent and friends, featuring the Miss Lovely, the most beautiful Coach Dee. Good stuff. Welcome to the B2GUnityTV.com platform. That's Butterfly Evolution and Taylor Kennedy Media combined for better TV together. We got part 2 coming in today. Part 2 coming in per request from the viewers. Part 2 of how many past partners are considered one too many? We had a great conversation this past week on this topic, and great engagements and going back and forth with the viewers and whatnot. And Coach D came over with a couple of things about the female anatomy, talking about guys don't know anything about the female anatomy. They're very clueless about it. So we're going to see what she's talking about with that. Let's bring her in real quick.
Hey.
Hey, man, how's it going today?
It's going better. I'm feeling much better. I almost got COVID kicked. So
That's good.
Xavier's bouncing off the wall, so he's fine.
That's good stuff. Yeah, man. Actually, today was a good day, man. Got a surprise visit from my brother, pop-up visit on last evening. And we had a conversation talk. As you know, we've been going through a lot as a family over the past several years here with the passing of my mother and my brother, my closest confidant, and dealing with this paralyzed thing and all that stuff. So he left me no choice, with me being the youngest guy, to have dinner with him. He left me no offer on the table. There was nothing I had to consider. He kind of forced me to dinner, so I had to give it up. So we spent this evening together with dinner and spending time together. So much needed, and Kobe and I went over and had a great time with him. So it was good stuff, real good stuff with my brother. So good family time with just he and I, hanging out, having conversation and good stuff. So it was a good thing.
You make it sound like it's the most horrible thing you ever had to do, but dude, you're going out to dinner, like.
Well, you know me, I don't like to get out too much, so
yeah,
I don't like to get out too much.
Well, I'm glad you guys had fun.
Yeah, we had fun. We had a good time. I had a real good time. I even had a glass of wine.
Are you allowed wine?
Say again there?
Are you allowed wine?
Yeah, I only had like a half a glass.
All right. Just want to make sure I'm not messing up any medications.
Oh, no, I'm good.
All right.
Real good. Good stuff. So, you were talking about guys had no idea. Actually, we had a great show, man, on last week, and some great engagement on the topic here. How many past partners are considered one too many? And on the latter part of the show, you spoke on guys not knowing what's going on with females' anatomies and all that stuff. It left me quite curious, and one of our favorite viewers, @Slash, he was actually saying, hey, is there part 2-ish to this? Let's see what's going on with that. So we want to dig into it and see where you're going with it.
Yeah, sure. Before we do that, we're going to, I see Slash has checked in. Grand Rising Manly people, greetings, Princess Coach Dee and Mr. Epic.
What up?
He says, I passed health class with an A, even studies with one of my neighbors. All right. So let me start off by just hurting the guys' feelings, just straight up.
Oh, here we go.
Just straight up.
Well, before you say that,
With
all
the-
hate mail goes directly to Coach Dee Layler at dlayler@gmail.com.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
statistically, 75% of women do not reach orgasm by penetration alone. Let me
You
say
know what?
75% of women do not reach orgasm by penetration alone.
Here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna ride with you on that because I'm more of a mental guy. I'm more of a honestly, in my opinion, my personal opinion, you can make love to a woman before even touching her.
Yeah.
She can orgasm before you even touch her. So
If you
love
really
starts in the mind, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So the physical thing, that's just getting to the preliminary things, and that's getting to the, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But the most important part is how you touch her mentally,
Right.
in my opinion. If I penetrate your mind, I got your thoughts.
Yeah. So, I went down the rabbit hole of nonsense so y'all wouldn't have to. And on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on
Do
TikTok,
tell. Do
there
tell.
are a whole lot of men who have little to no comprehension of women's bodies. And when I say little to no comprehension, I'm talking about men who think women can hold their periods in, who don't know that the vagina and urethra are two separate holes, who are not aware that periods happen every 28 days or so and last for about a week, are not aware that pads, the sticky stuff, like the simplest stuff, like the sticky side of a pad goes onto the underwear and not on the body to close it
Well,
up.
guys, I don't expect a guy to know that.
You would think that if you have a pad and one end is sticky and one end is clothy, that you would put the sticky side against the body.
Well, I mean, honestly, a guy's guy wouldn't be thinking about, well, what side is sticky and what side is not. I don't care.
Which part do you
Let's
put a
take the
band-aid?
panties off.
If you have a cut, what part of the band-aid goes on the cut? Not the sticky part, sir.
I get your point, but most guys don't think like that. I mean, the average guy is not even thinking about it. He's like, hey, thinking about, hey, listen, yeah, okay, that's how that works. Okay, cool. Let's get to business.
So here's another one. When Sally Ride went into space, she needed tampons. Do you need tampons NASA packed
I mean,
for a week? 100.
Well, it tells me that there wasn't no, and that's a problem because
No
there should
women
have been
involved in
females
that
in
decision.
management somewhere.
No women involved in that decision. And that's the problem with a lot of the decisions you'll see about advertising and everything, because there's no women in the room. That's why we used, like years ago, I don't watch that much TV now, so I don't see a lot of advertising. But years ago, you used to see Tampax commercials, and women were riding bikes and wearing white pants and swimming and everything. And I'm like, no, that's the last thing we want to do when we're doing that.
Right,
So
right.
yeah. So then I was talking about, I went down into the rabbit hole of music.
Uh-oh.
And because this guy said, well, some of us got our instructions from music. I'm like, what? And then he listed off like talking about you have to beat it up. And that's how you lay pipe and all this stuff. And I was like, it was just pure unadulterated nonsense.
Well, speaking of music, right? It's just funny that you bring it up and talk about how what guys were talking about what they got from music. Most people, men in particular, don't know that they could tell a lot. They could actually get a lot of information from a woman by the song of choice that she chooses to listen to. It's going to tell you everything about her. Whatever she's listening, whatever in her playlist, you can tell if she's in love. You can tell if she's just broken up with the guy. You can tell if she's cheating just by her choice of music.
don't know. I have a
Just
lot of
by
Celtic rock.
say again, what you said.
I have a lot of Celtic rock on my Spotify. I'm not gonna tell you a lot.
So you could if you pay attention, me being a music guy, a woman's selection of choice, songs of choice, you could tell she's giving you different emotions. You'll know if you pay attention. If you're in tune with yourself, you can get in tune with her.
I suppose just look how popular Miley Cyrus's "Flowers" song is.
Exactly.
Which is pretty catchy. I kind of like it. It's
Okay.
very empowering.
Okay.
I can't sing, so I'm not gonna even try. But it's a very empowering song when you think of the lyrics. Like, I can take myself dancing. I can I can talk stuff that you don't understand. Like,
now, that particular song, that should tell you in the instant if you get in the car, fellas, and she's playing that type of song, that means she's kind of looking for her independence, trying to get away from you.
But it is a catchy tune though. Like, if you're a girl and you've ever been dumped, no matter if you're dumped or being dumped now, it's still a catchy tune. Between her and Shakira, they've got the empowerment, like, get over him, sis music out there going now.
Right. I get it. So let's get back to this per psychology today, and where they're saying that it's not a double standard here, right? As far as opposed to men and women. It's really not a double standard with that. I know you're going to disagree with that.
I will, only because I read psychology today, so I know they have a very niche market. So their market, it may not be a double standard, but if you look outside, you look at any social media, you'll see it's very big. It's a huge.
I was having a conversation. It's a good thing that my brother and I were having a conversation today over dinner, right? Mm-hmm. So we started talking about women and talking about how most men, because he's a bachelor, I'm a bachelor, and most women accuse men of being habitual cheaters. But women, on the other hand, a woman can actually be with 4 or 5 men and you'll never know. That's how clever these women are. Let's be honest now. Let's be honest.
Smarter.
Say again now?
Because we're smarter than you.
Yeah, men will get caught up quicker in a cheat than a woman.
Because you lie.
A woman could be with your best friend and you would never even know it for 20 years. Mm-hmm. And that was I was talking to my brother about. I was like, man, he said he's just broken up with his girlfriend, and she broke up with him because she thought he was cheating. Thought. Mm-hmm. Oh, here's the crazy one, right? He was literally sleeping in bed and he woke up with a hard on. And she wanted to break up because she said he was dreaming about having sex, not knowing that in the morning when a man wakes up, his testosterone levels are very high. That means he's got a hard on. That's what every man, that's normal. But I was like, bro, you got to get away from her real quick. She can't even come back for a sleepover. You can't even get a one and done with her because she's, I mean, come on, that's crazy.
Well, statistically, anybody who accuses you of cheating is usually cheating.
Thank you.
Because it's projection.
But can you believe that though? So she was like, "Oh, you was cheating on me in your dreams." Are you serious?
Oh yeah. Listen, some people have very vivid dreams. I've woken up mad at people because of what happened in my dream and have to like snap out of it afterwards.
But if a guy has a hard on, the first part of the morning, that's because his testosterone levels is very high.
All right, so here's Martine came in. She said, "Oops, hey y'all, what I missed? We're just getting caught up." And I mentioned that 75% of women don't orgasm by penetration, so we were talking about that. Now we're gone back to the main comic. She said, "I'm single. I don't want to have the same conversation at 60. I'd like a lovely man to finish out this life with." Yeah.
So let's get back to this whole cheating thing, right? Mm-hmm. You guys are very extremely clever at that. And I'm saying that for a reason. Bringing this up for a reason. It's a conversation I have with my brother over dinner. Women are more inclined to have extramarital relationships. Women are more inclined to have that secret lover on the side.
It's even.
I know you got some number for it. Let me hear it.
we've had this conversation before, and it's almost statistically even. It's like 51 to 52%.
Okay.
Yeah. The only difference is women are natural multitaskers because we're forced to be.
So you call the cheat a multitask?
Well, no, because think about this. 9 times out of 10, most men can't like weaponize incompetence when it comes to men. You know what I mean?
I will agree with you. The average man cannot walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. Yeah. So but when you get a great man, that man can walk and chew bubblegum and eat lunch at the same time.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of great guys out there. Yeah. There's a lot of not so great guys out there who women watch behavior.
Okay.
And men are not. I know people, because I've been cheated on, who will say, well, I'm very spontaneous. I'm like, no, you're very predictable. You just don't know you're very predictable because women, we will watch.
So this is why, like the conversation I had with my brother earlier over dinner, this is why I believe that the body counts are higher with women, because men really don't even know if these women are cheating, because it will never be disclosed. Not even in an argument. Like a man will say something in the heat of the moment, if he's upset with it, he's going to say exactly what he's feeling. That woman's going to hold on to that shit. She's going to hold on to it. She'll deny it going to her deathbed. Going into the grave, she's going to deny that she slept with that guy. Okay. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I'm just confused by what Slash is saying. Slash is saying 74.7 million men aged 15 and over are fathers, and of those, 72.2 million men have a biological child, according to a Newsmen's Fertility and Fatherhood 2019 report. That's a 100% success rate. Sir, yes, that means you're able to eject sperm. That doesn't mean you pleasured the woman involved.
I got to pull this up so the viewers can actually see him.
Men usually have an erection in the AM.
I love this. I love this.
I love it. Feels good and you'll feel good.
Ladies and gentlemen, none other than DJ Slash Marine.
Yeah. But a 100% success rate. So what you also forget is that you don't actually have to come in the vagina. You just have to be near it. And if it drips in, it will still be a success. But you still have not pleasured the woman involved. In
Coach Dee, you coming in hot again tonight, huh? Is it the wine that I had tonight? Because I hadn't had wine in quite some time. Is it the wine? You really said that.
No, I already said it. I don't know, man. Well, obviously, Slash is part of the 75%. Was having some issues.
Stop.
Don't tell me stop.
So what's the issue?
I need some wine.
What's the issue?
The issue I said was that 75% of women do not orgasm by penetration. Homeboy came back with that women are getting pregnant, which, okay, you're doing it, but only one person's getting satisfied. So it still hasn't.
I wasn't ready.
1 second. Can I help you, sir?
I wasn't ready.
No, you can't stand here for this conversation. Out.
Okay.
Love you, but you need to go. Door.
Okay.
I wasn't ready.
Close the door. Okay. All the way.
I wasn't ready for that one. So wait a minute. So break that down for me one more time so we can get a clear understanding of this.
Okay. So 75% of women do not orgasm by penetration. Do y'all gentlemen, do you understand what that means?
I understand what you're saying.
The in, out does not achieve the goal of the woman being satisfied. So
he's come back. He
says, seems like men are doing something right and being fruitful. Whether a man knows the anatomy or the art of pleasure, women have signed on. Are you blaming men for women's orgasm? You know what? I'm just going to ignore you tonight because that's just nonsense. That's just absolute pure nonsense. Because if you're only concerned about a man's pleasure, then you are the assholes of the world.
Not just say no. Say some men. Don't say all. Because for me personally,
if you
I got you. For me personally, I get off on pleasuring a woman. I get off on a woman getting off.
Yes, but Mr. Slash here needs to knock his men are being successful because they get a woman pregnant and they've signed up for it. I'm like,
So, there are guys out there who enjoy pleasuring a woman and enjoy getting that. Like I get off on seeing her get off on me.
and then
That's
there's
high in
there's
itself.
the rest, and then there's
They
the
call
rest.
that a big ego, but
Well,
hey,
there's
that's
the
what
rest.
it is.
We women have to fake it for them, and we all know how to fake it because we've all done it. We have all faked it for someone at one point in time.
How does that fake thing work? Educate me, please.
Easy. We can control our vaginal muscles. Y'all think that spasm is spontaneous? No, we can do that all by ourselves. We know how to moan. We know how to breathe quickly. We know how to get it done and over with. And once you come, you're done. Then we can go take care of ourselves. I've had this conversation with many women. This is
Did I tell you I had a great time with my brother over at dinner? I can't believe you going there tonight, but hey, I love it.
I told you I was going to go there. I put my auntie hat on because I have this conversation with so many women who are so upset and so annoyed, and men are like, "Well, she sticks around." I'm like, really? Maybe she sticks around because you're a good person. And
Here's what I think. Here's what I think the issue with the average guy
what's that?
is when it comes down to dealing with a woman, right?
Oh Lord,
Well, what do you mean? What are you talking about?
I'm listening, man. I'm listening.
Because I mean, honestly, I mean, it all depends on your approach when you're dealing with a woman, mentally and physically dealing with that woman. You have to women they're emotional creatures, but they're very highly intelligent. They're very highly intelligent creatures. But when you tap into them, when you really tap into them, you can really tap into them. It's not that hard to tap into them. They're very complex. They're very complex creatures. But when you tap into them, you got them. You tap into that mental, you got everything.
No, not always.
No. My success rate on that is very high. When you tap into that mental, that body's gonna follow.
Okay, I'm the exception because I ghosted you. Remember? So I'm the exception to the rule.
But, well, I did tap. Oh, well, hold on a second. Now, I did tap into you. We did tap in, and we've always connected at a higher level. Let's be honest.
So Slash decided to leave me alone.
Did you just ignore me? Did you just ignore me?
So Martine says that man must be in tune with his sexuality and me and mine in order to be pleasure to both of us. I can't take it or wait. Would doing something to make him come first be considered faking it?
Wow, y'all was. I wasn't ready for this conversation tonight. Maybe because Kobe and I just got back to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ready. We literally got here minutes ago.
I told you we were having this conversation. What was going to happen? I told you I went down that rabbit hole. So you're rest of you're going to suffer what I had to go through.
So let's get back to this. What I said, because you totally ignore what I said. So you're telling me that we never connected on a higher level?
Well, I never said that we did, but you said that you can control it. You went a little further because a woman will allow you. It's not you that's doing it. It's her allowing.
I'm agreeing with you on that.
All right,
but
make sure.
I had the wherewithal to actually tap in. But go ahead.
You were allowed in, sir. That's it. Remember that.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I will tell you one thing. Men.
One of the best experiences I've had in my life.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Here's what's going to get people mad. Men who screw who they can. Women screw who they want to.
Wait, say that again.
Men screw who they can.
Some men.
Women screw who they want to.
Some men. I'm extremely selective. I've always been selective.
Everything's in general. I'm generalizing everything right now.
Okay, gotcha.
Generally, because we're not looking at the exception, we're looking at the generalization.
Gotcha. Because the average man won't turn nothing down but his collar. But for me, I am extremely selective. Everything that every woman that I've dealt with has been on purpose, for a purpose.
Yeah.
I've never dealt with an average chick like that. And I'm not being arrogant. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I've never done that. So if I've dealt with a woman, It was done on purpose for a purpose.
Yeah. Martine says, if I'm not feeling a dude sexually, it's a big fat no. I'm not willing to sharing my yawning with just because. And she said, I enjoy sex.
I haven't heard that word in a while. Yawning. Is it the wine that I had today, or?
Yeah, I think you're off your game. You're a little buzzed. So Slash says, can you bring Slashes up because it's blocked? Part of it's blocked here on mine.
Oh, one sec.
What's the price for faking it? Seems like only statistics. If women can't have those intimate conversations, that's not 70% men's fault. Communication should be the major key here. Here's the thing, sir. Men do not want to hear that they suck in bed. That's not a conversation most men want to hear. That's it.
Well, I'm gonna agree on you with that. And this is, fellas, this is how you win. Have that open conversation, have that pillow talk with her, and find out what pleases her. Mm-hmm. You'll get more, and you'll get to the waterfall.
Yeah. And if she's guiding you, follow the guidance.
Absolutely.
Because I've had women who would say, Dee, I took his hand, put my hand over his hand and demonstrated how to do it. And that boy put his hand away and still didn't do it. I'm like, what you do?
I just have a question for you.
Are you speaking for men tonight? Who's speaking for men?
I don't know what he's saying, but Martine says,
you still only get who'll agree to have sex with you, though. We women decide whether we want to get with the dude or not. Yeah. And gentlemen, if she's wearing a matching bra and panty, you didn't make a decision at all. She did. You'll agree with that.
Yeah, you got me now. Yeah. That's true. That's true.
And am I speaking for men? Slash, well, here's a question, Slash. Would you like to be told that you suck in bed? And she's faking it. Is that a conversation you want to have?
You said you were coming hot, but I didn't know you were coming in hot like that.
I told you I was putting my auntie hat on and we were going to have class.
Oh, he comes again.
That was for just Coach Dee. That's what I just answered. Yeah. Yes, okay. I'm not speaking for men. I'm speaking for conversations that I've had with men who've been upset that they had been told that they sucked in bed.
Martine says, all the time we decide. I can agree with that. So but here's what guys who are in tune with themselves gonna know when that woman decides. Mm-hmm. Like, every woman that I've dealt with and we've been physical together, I knew it was going to take place. Yeah. Because that's how I was in tune with it. I was like, okay, I'm going to get some of this. I was in tune with her. Yeah. When you're in tune with the woman, man, she's going to tell you everything she don't say. I'm telling you. When you're in tune with it, she's going to tell you everything she doesn't say. Yeah. I can guarantee you that.
And Martine, I've told a guy that I didn't enjoy him, never touched him ever again. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what she said? Let me pull this up.
And when we decide, we don't even have to use words.
Exactly. I totally agree. Mm-hmm. Can you read her comment again?
Oh, she said, go back up one, because the one above it is the one you're talking about. I've told a guy that I didn't enjoy him, never touched him ever again. I'm sure she.
Wow.
I should have had some tea for this conversation.
I know. I got that half a glass of wine got me. So
you know what? Wow. And we're grown adults. We can talk about this. This is conversation we need to be having about people.
And by the way, we can't have these conversations. We won't get blocked on other social sites because we own the social sites. Mm-hmm. B2GUnityTV.com is a spot you can actually watch us and view us there for absolutely free. So it's actually whatever. So you can have it the way you want it. Good stuff. Go ahead. Shameless plug, that is.
Listen, I would tell gentlemen, if you want to get yourself into a woman's good books when you're doing the deed, tell her, show me what you like. That's all you gotta say.
So you're saying some men don't like to be guided, or they're actually reluctant to
they don't
allow
like
the woman to guide it?
Okay, so from what I've been told and some personal experience, one, they don't like to be guided. They don't like to be told that they need guidance, and they don't like to be shown. You know, it's oh my god, man, you're sir. It's starting to seem like a hit dog's hollering right about now.
Wait, what's last say? What did he say?
He said, "Still, you can't. Not all men suck in bed, nor does all women know their bodies. There's too many generations being thrown around tonight. If a woman stays in a non-fulfilling relationship, we're not even talking about fulfilling relationships. We're just talking about sex, sir. And I'm talking about conversations that I've had with many women.
I think, hey Slash, I think Coach D came and salt and peppered it tonight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sex. I believe that's what you want to talk about.
Yeah, I warned you we were going to have this conversation because I went down the rabbit hole and we were going to have a conversation about it.
Martine says, I kind of like the sex talk though. I kind of like that.
I have no problem with that. I let guys know even when I don't want him to dial my number again. Easy breezy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think the problem, it's nowadays it's a lot more acceptable for both sides to be like, listen, this is not for me. Right? And people move about their day.
Yeah.
Okay?
But now, and here's the teachable moment and the coaching moment here, to where we could actually get away from some of that meaningless sex. When you connect to one another, you're gonna know it's gonna work. So not even jump the gun just because that thing is hot. That don't mean you got to penetrate it, or that don't mean that you have to allow it to be penetrated.
And you still need to get to know each other.
You do, but the whole point is get connected first before you go to penetrate.
Yeah.
I mean, at this stage and at this late in the game, this stage in the game, like I said on a previous show, we all get hot and get ready to go. But if you connect with that person, just connect with them.
Yep.
It won't be for nothing.
And wrap it up. Be safe.
Gotta wrap it up.
Let me see. And Martine says, I can look at a dude and tell he's whack in bed.
Oh, now Martine, come on now. You cannot make a blanket statement like that and not. You gotta do tell. How can you tell, Martine?
Slash said she made a choice. Once again, I passed with an A in health class. Sex is about fulfillment.
I want to know how she can tell.
Yeah. You had sex class in the U.S. What does that entail, honestly?
D, are you slamming people in the U.S.? Are you slamming? Just because you got some fine education over there.
Shall we talk about the teen sex rates?
No.
Due to a lack of sex education and access to birth control? We can talk about that.
I want to know how can Martine tell if a guy is whack in bed? How can she tell just by looking at it?
Okay, so she did make it clear. The last guy I shared with, I knew kissing him and having sex with him would be good. So, Martine, give us an example of how you would know.
Yeah, like looking at me. How could you tell? Looking at me. How could you tell?
We shall wait for her answer.
That is funny. So are you agreeing with this deal?
What, that you can tell?
Yeah, like if you're looking at a guy, can you tell that he's he's gonna be around Mexico in bed?
I'm bad at that. I can't do that. That is not a skill I possess. Martine says, I can't. Can you bring her? Okay, I can by his build and body language and how he speaks. Also, whether I can feel his warmth or not, just by standing close to him. His warmth doesn't body heat or warmth doesn't body part. Sir, I'm just trying to make sure we're clear. That's it. You just had some wine, so you're just off your game. That's all.
I'm enjoying this conversation, though. So
yeah,
this is quite
okay. Yeah,
I'm learning a lot about Martine tonight. I tell you that.
I can only have that vibe when I'm attracted to him. She said body heat. Princess Coach Dee, are you now shaming the grade I earned in high school? Sir. High school? Are we going back to high school grades? We don't take health in high school in Canada because by the time you reach grade 9, you've learned it all already. So health is not taught in high school.
This is hilarious. Yeah.
So, but I'm sure you did well, and you turned an A, and you did.
So Martine, when you
amazing
saying
job.
body heat, where's that heat coming from? How did you get to, like, y'all had to do something to get the temperature of the body? Like, how did you, like?
Well, no, if you're standing beside somebody, some people, like, I have a high body temperature. Some people are warmer than others.
Well, you did say you was coming in teaching tonight. I'm learning something tonight. I'm learning a lot about Martine tonight.
Some
I like
people
that.
are like mini furnaces walking around where they have a naturally high body temperature, where some people are lower.
Right.
That's why their body temperatures average. But yeah.
Wow.
I think usually by their vibe. I told you I'm a bad picker.
Wait, what she said? Was she saying something else?
His and my body will communicate with warm, indescribable energy.
Martine came in with the pimp cup tonight. Oh my God.
Miss Martine's been waiting for this conversation.
I felt some type of way. I felt a little warm just reading the comments.
Warm, indescribable energy. I need my church fan, girl.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Martine, you got me feeling some type of way, lady. I'm sorry. But go ahead.
Could you switch up, bring Slash's comment up? I can never see the last comment because there's a icon on my screen that.
I got you.
Marty girl, what did they switch out the grape juice for wine in church today for all y'all? I don't go to church, so it wasn't me. I am just high on life because I'm feeling. See, the difference is the last couple of weeks I've been sick, so you saw the sick D. Now healthy D's back, so my energy.
Anytime someone says "trust me," that they come up with something.
Trust me, I cannot put it into words. The root chakra says hi to one another. Yeah. I think when you connect on a different level with somebody, like there's that connection where the sexual chemistry is tied in, it feels like very different.
Yeah, that's
that person could like give you a hug and like rub your shoulder, and you're like, whoo. You know, I don't know if
I ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys missed it. I had dinner with my brother, and I had half a glass of wine, and I haven't had wine in a minute. It's been a minute. I don't know if it's the conversation or the wine that got me feeling some type of way. But damn. Okay.
Sir, half a glass. Are you sure? How big was that glass? Was it like a 16-ounce glass?
It was a nice size. It was good. Yeah. I used to enjoy Chardonnay before the incident, so I had a nice grilled fish and grilled shrimp, and a half a glass of wine. It was wonderful. Yeah. It's good to be out and feel normal again.
Right, but wow. It's a rare occurrence. I pray that I get that again before I'm 60. It's like electricity.
I don't know, Martine, because you mouthpiecing it tonight. You might get one tonight. I mean, man. Okay.
Well, women don't hit their sexual peak until their 40s.
Yeah, I know that. Mm-hmm.
So that's why when people talk about cougars, I'm like, y'all just can't handle the cougars because, cougars are like 18-year-old boys. That's where their energy level's at. And she's like, tired of my typos. I'm like, Martine, don't worry about the typos. I'm dyslexic, so I don't see them anyway.
That is hilarious. Speaking of cougars, right? My brother's gonna kill me for this, but I'm just gonna say it here because it's there. He just recently come off of a cruise, right? Mm-hmm. And he met a young lady on the cruise. My brother is 55. Mm-hmm. She was 34. Mm-hmm. So they spent the entire time on the cruise. So after he got back, he played the song for me that she sent him. He said, "What you think she's trying to say?" And I've never heard this song before, right? The song is called Sugar Dad. And when the song it was a compliment she was paying him through the song. And I'm like, wow. I said, you need to get her on the phone right now. Let's talk to her real quick. Let's see what she think. What was our thought process sending that song back to you? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, he's 55 and she's 34, and she blowing his phone up, so must be in the genes. But go ahead.
That's normal. That's normal stuff, though. If you had a sister who was 55 and she was dating a 34-year-old, you'd be saying something completely different, though, wouldn't you?
What? Why are you saying that?
See, because of that reaction right there. That reaction right there, I knew exactly what you were going to see. Why are you trying to act like I don't know you? Come on. Jeez.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious.
So Martine said she doesn't want to go to church, man. She doesn't go to church either, Mark. Oh, but my dance card has always been full. A stone cold gentleman never tells. Some cougars reach their peaks. Some blow their engines and never shake back. Abraham shot up the club at 90.
Oh my God.
I thought you were talking
Well,
about
technically, Abraham did shoot up the club at 90.
Yeah, but yeah.
He did.
Y'all.
What? Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
People were upset that Buzz Aldrin just got married. He's what, 93? And his wife
I loved it.
I was like,
honestly, I loved it.
Sweet.
Why did he upset that he had met? I loved honestly, I loved it.
Because the way the newspaper put it, there was a headlines where he married a younger woman.
Hey man, listen, this guy has seen the world and then some.
Yeah.
Let him do what he do. If that's what he loved, let him do what he do.
Yeah. But I had to laugh because I was like, younger woman? I thought she was in her 60s. So now 60s is considered a younger woman.
Wow.
So,
well, he's 92, so I just recently saw a photo of him. He looks pretty good to be 92.
Yeah, I saw their wedding pictures. They look fabulous. I love it.
Yeah.
Martine says, I'm a sexual woman. I can't say that. Woman man.
Well, what is that? I don't see that.
Up for me? There we go. I'm a sexual. It's woman with spelled W.
Womb.
Very in tune with my sexuality and what I want with a man. And I think that's the thing. Here's the thing,
Martine. I think that if you're looking for your guy, I think after hearing this show, he's definitely gonna find you.
Well,
go ahead.
That's the key, is to be in tune with your own sexuality.
Right.
Because, and I will say it, because of the history with the Puritans and religion, it's very prudish here. It's very puritanical. So
that's Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
The first guy on the moon. He got married in 92.
No, I thought it was Buzz Aldrin.
No, Buzz. I'm sorry, Buzz. It was Buzz.
But here's the thing: being in tune with your sexuality is the key. And I think that a lot of people are not, because it's deemed sinful to be in tune with your sexuality in most religious groups. And then it's women are not supposed to enjoy sex. That's another thing that's deemed not allowed.
See why?
So, and
because the more honestly, the more a woman enjoys sex, the better it is for a man. I'm telling you. I want you to enjoy all. I want my woman to enjoy all the sex that she wants. Yeah, that's gonna be better for me.
Yeah, that would be common sense.
Exactly.
And people don't understand it. Like, if your woman is enjoying it, she's going to want it more.
Exactly. You know? Talk about it as much as you want, whatever you want to do with it, as long as you're doing it with me.
And if she's tired, she's had a busy day, and she's tired, she's taking care of the kids, and she's cleaning and cooking, help out before you think she's going to be like ready to go, because she's not, because she's tired.
I agree.
So, and I think a lot of people get to know each other's bodies and explore and try different things, legally things. I don't want anybody to get arrested and go, well, Dee, you said try new things. I said, I did tell you to go in the car in the parking lot.
Coach Dee came in. She came in hot, came in ready. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my accent won't allow it. pronounce it just as you pronounce woman, only with a soft B sound. Womb. Yeah, womb. It doesn't work for me. I can't do it. The accent doesn't. It's one of those things.
What she said? What else she saying?
Oh, she said pronounce like woman, but with a soft B. I couldn't have dude who's lame on the sex tip. So you could teach someone. Both men and women, they can teach somebody.
That's true, and there's nothing wrong with that. And now on that part, Martine, I say, hey, open yourself up a little more. But I mean, if a guy, take the guy where you want him to go. That's all. There's nothing wrong with being the teacher and not being a pupil. Come on, now.
Just do it with kindness.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. And actually, to be honest with you, most men prefer to be taught. They won't admit it, but I prefer to be the pupil. Show me what you want.
Oh, bring up Mark's nonsense.
Where he's at?
At the very last. One above it.
Okay, gotcha.
Mark says, for the record, some cougars reach their sexual peak in their 40s. According to Coach Dee, it might be because of all the fake and Jake in 20s and 30s. Sadly, has already hit the wall. No, it's not about that at all. It's statistics how our bodies work. So that's just the ages that women reach their sexual peak versus men. It's primal, because prior to that, men are producing fertility wise, whereas women are reaching a peak where it's sexual enjoyment.
The lovely Kathy from North Carolina. How you doing, beautiful?
Miss Kathy Dye, welcome again. Says, I believe that teaching somebody how to love and touch you is sexy. Yeah.
Oh, is that your set?
Martine says, maybe you could teach a dude, maybe.
Right. I don't know. Maybe it's not the wine these comments are getting to me. But yeah, okay.
I would love to say that all men are amazing, wonderful creatures who are willing to learn, but I don't lie very well. So
there it is.
Some of you, and you can blame whoever you want. Some of you will blame your mama, some of you blame your daddy, some of you blame your baby mama. But when it comes down to, it's personal responsibility. That personal chisel.
You're a mess. But I don't see, like I said, the average guy won't open himself up enough to be taught. The average guy won't open himself up. But a guy who's in tune with himself, like, hey, teach me. Show me what to touch you. Show me your soft spot. Just show me one. All you have to do is show me one time. I'll take care of the rest from there.
Well, think about the why. A lot of men are taught erroneously that there's nothing they can learn from women, even though they've lived their entire lives being taught by women.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The reason why I was very successful at dating women, I grew up in a house full of women. Mm-hmm. All of my stepsisters. I grew up in a house full of women. That's why I jumped off the porch early, and I know more about women than the average guy because I was taught by women.
Oh yeah, go ask them about women faking it. You'd be so.
I'm very familiar with it because they were very open. We had a very open household where we talked about sex and we talked about our first time and all that stuff. So we knew to be very gentle with the woman for the first time. All that stuff.
Right.
All that. So I was never covered from that. Oh, we can't talk about that. It wasn't taboo in my house. So it wasn't taboo at all.
Yeah.
That's why I was very successful at dealing with women at a very young age because I was taught by women.
Yeah. So Martine says teaching a dude could send him off after he learns how to pleasure a woman. He may go back to some other past lover trying to impress her.
That's an average guy, Martine. That's an average guy.
Miss Kathy says, Coach Dee, why is that? Do you think they internalize to the point that they're unable to perform or penetrate? There's a lot of, think about how masculinity is tied into manhood and tied into virility. Like so much, and so that Viagra was actually a medicine designed for women, but once they found the side effect was erections, they knew they could make more money with men. Because everything about men comes down to size. If you want to hurt a man,
some men.
Everybody knows it's just a generalization today. Because you're starting to sound like a hit dog now. So everybody knows when it comes down to it, the easiest way to hurt a man's ego is tell him that he's not packing. You know, for the average guy who's not in tune with himself, that will hurt his ego. So they will internalize that because that's what some men have been raised to. You're not a man unless you're able to do this, this, and this. And 9 times out of 10, it has to do with the appendage between their legs.
That's interesting.
Martine says, we got to have hella conversations beforehand, especially if he's trying to be taught. Oh my God.
Here's the thing though. It's not about if he's trying to be taught. Let's just say that you guys are not communicating to that level. At that point, you guys are still getting to know each other. But at some point, I mean, nobody's perfect. So if you like to be touched on your inner thigh, Martine, I don't know that. I need to be told that. You need to tell me that. You need to educate me on that. Hey, kiss me on my inner thigh. That's gonna take me there.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me. I need to be in the know. I need to be in the know. Tell me. I'll take care of the rest. Once you educate me on it, waterfalls all night. But educate me on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Bring up Slash's comment.
You sound like you're ready for it too. Put the barrels down. Put the barrels down.
It's like the younger brother I never wanted. By then, those 40-year-old knees are shot. Some say sex is a sport played on both sides of the mattress. If a man is driving and can't get you there, climb on top and work it out like tuck a string. Sir, there are more than 2 positions than on the bottom and on the top. There are cushions. There are pillows. There are slings. There are harnesses. You don't have to worry about your knees if you have extra tools available to you.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's about 7 minutes to the hour, and I think we need to actually go into topic on this Wednesday called Let's Talk About Sex, because this is getting hot, and I think I like it. Let's talk about sex. Real talk.
So Martine says you're right, Trent. Average dudes may get a boost in their confidence or go trying to show off. Kathy, not communicating goes frustration, say and show what you want. Exactly. That's all anybody has to do is say it and show it. And the
exactly.
Pay attention. And so many unfulfilled sexual expeditions will be.
Because think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you're in these relationships, even at this age, right? We're at the age where when these relationships, we're into it. We're settled into it. We're done with it. And we don't communicate sexually what we really want. So we're going to fantasize about Trent when we see him come on the screen because I'm secretly in love with him, but I'm laying here with this man because you're not being honest with that guy.
Sir, you are what?
I'm a mess. But now think about that though. How many relationships they're not being sexually satisfied? Mm-hmm. Women are not being sexually satisfied because they're not opening their mouths saying, hey, touch me here, not there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of fear in it because a lot of people who've gone to church have been told that you're not supposed to do that. Good girls don't do that.
Man, talk to me. I need to know. Right. Before you go out and let Johnny touch you, let me know so I can actually touch you the right way.
Yeah. There's a lot of conversations that we have, and there's a lot of fear and shame that's put on sex and sexual conversations that people, even when they're older, like I've talked to one lady, she was 65 and she's never had an orgasm at 65. Been married 50 years.
Let me tell you something. You're not going to shame me by telling me you want to be touched the right way. Mm. Tell me so we can get to the waterfall.
Yeah.
And this is what men, and I'm saying this because this is what men mentality should be about. Don't feel ashamed by anything. Don't feel less than because she's telling you she want to be touched a certain way. It's her body. She knows what's going to make that thing work. She knows what's going to make that thing thump. She knows what's going to make that thing moist. So just follow her lead, period.
Martine says, oh, we will have those conversations. I'll certainly let a man know what I want. Like, I want to know what he likes as well. And then Slash says, at Kathy, the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth, teaches us Abraham shot up the club in his 90s.
Well, I mean, honestly, Abraham did shoot up the club.
Yeah, but that's only if you follow the Bible, and plenty of people don't, sir. So Martine says, some adults have a difficult time discussing sex because of being taught to suppress those feelings. That's the biggest problem.
And this is why we should talk about this on Wednesday, Coach. What you think? This is why we should talk about this. We should talk about it open it wide, or open the conversation up to that. Why is it so taboo to speak your feelings and what you want in bed? Like, why is it so taboo?
Well,
Why is it so taboo for me to tell you, hey, look, I don't like it when you suck it there. You need to go on this other side and do it this way.
well,
Like, communicate.
How about we do this? On Wednesday, we'll discuss about why it's so taboo, and then we'll talk about non-vanilla lifestyles and what they really are, like what swinging and polyamory and BDSM are really all about.
Dee.
What?
Okay, that's you the boss.
Do you know what the very, very first class I taught when I became an instructor in the military?
What's that?
The sex ed class, because nobody else wanted to teach it.
I could believe that with you, and I'm gonna refrain from going any. I'm not. The only comment I'm gonna make on that is, I can see that,
Yeah. So
and I think you told me that. I think you told me that early on. Yeah.
Because for me, it's just a discussion. You're a grown adult. There's nothing to like giggle and laugh about or be ashamed of.
Exactly.
We're all doing it. You know?
Well, technically, it's not right now, but
anyhow. So Splash says, at Martine, seems these conversations are being had. Women talk a good game. Ray, Pookie, Neiman are doing the work of 10 brothers. Who's Ray, Pookie, Neiman out here doing the work of 10 brothers? So Martine says, I don't know who these other sisters are, Mark. You must be elaborate on that a bit. Martine says, I'm with Carla Marie. If I could get a few men to agree, I can't tell all of my business. Let's have the discussion next week. We'll talk about what it really is and what it isn't. Because a lot of people think it's something different than it is.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Last comment. Ayo, Coach Dee, if you follow statistics, and plenty of folks don't, men have long been hired to do a job. Comment cards just aren't being filled out. You know what? Let's just say it's very easy to get a man in bed. It takes very little effort whatsoever on a woman's part. So when you talk about men and women, they're doing the job of 10. Not really.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a wonderful conversation on Wednesday.
Be sober, please. No wine for you. Or actually have some wine. You're more fun with a couple of.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly I had a great time with my brother. It was actually spontaneous because he just showed up to the door, and everyone knows that I really don't get out and do all that type of stuff. Only thing I'm doing is going to the gym and just working on my projects. But I had a great time today. I had a great time, and he's probably listening now. So I really appreciate you, coming over, and we fellowshipped in brotherhood and had a great dinner, and I love you and I appreciate that.
I'm glad you guys had fun. That's a good thing. But yeah, I think Wednesday will be an interesting conversation.
It should be interesting. So let's get to the teachable moment before we get out of here. So the teachable moment for me was, I didn't know y'all was like that. I was educated tonight on a couple of y'all up here, Martine, Kathy, and Coach Dee I. Okay. Well, I knew about Coach Dee already. Yeah. So you guys see the glasses and the coach in front of D, but I know D. I know Dion.
I'm a sweet girl. What are you talking about?
You do what now?
I said I'm a very sweet girl. I'm kind and considerate.
Oh, you're extremely kind.
Mamas love me. Daddies know better.
Yeah, Nan did love you. She loved you at that.
Yeah. Daddies just look at me like, I see that. I know what's going on.
That is funny. That's funny. So that was good, man. Real good. Hey, on a couple of announcements here before we get out. I'll be on Tuesday telling my story on Tammy's side of the network. Your story on Tammy's side of the network at 7 on Tuesday. So it'll be a great time. We're going to be talking about purpose. We're going to be talking about the tragedy and everything I had to overcome to get to this point in this stage in life. And right here on the B2GUnityTV.com network. That's your story at 7 o'clock on Tuesday.
You might want to read Slash comment.
What he say?
He's calling you out, sir.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
What he said?
He says, "Ayo, Mr. Epic, that vino wine couldn't let you stand up again tonight."
It's a Chardonnay, man. It was Chardonnay. So I haven't had Chardonnay in quite some time. So I had a half a glass. I let him talk me into having a half a glass. So.
And Martine's teachable moment: just be true to your sexual self. And,
Oh, I like that.
And if and when you decide to share, be sure it's good and also worth it on many levels.
Martine, are you sure you're not on some wine tonight?
No, Martine's on top of it today.
I'm looking at you a little different, Martine.
Yeah, because that's basically what I was thinking. So, I don't even have a teachable moment. Martine stole it. That's it. Right there. Ditto. That's my teachable moment.
I had fun tonight, man. You guys make it fun. So that's good stuff. So we'll be back on Coach Dee and I'll be back on Wednesday, man. And we'll be chopping it up. We'll talk about some sex and polyamory and all this stuff. And
I'm going to have to leave my hair down for that one.
You should. I think you should.
I get spicy when my hair's down. My alter ego comes out.
I think you should. We'll give Martine the last comment here.
1 second.
But you got a couple here.
Martine said, you may have had a metabolic shift. That's why the wine has you tripping. And Slash says...
Wait, what'd she say? She said,
you may have had a metabolic shift. That's why the wine has you tripping.
That's funny. Educate me.
Educate
me. Actually, Martine, text me and educate me on what you just said.
Oh, and Slash says to Martine, I didn't forget you left me at the table holding the bill. That sounds personal. On that note, Mr. Man has school tomorrow, so I am just going to leave you all.
Good stuff. Well, until Wednesday, we'll have a good time as always. So until Wednesday, tune in. Don't forget on Tuesday, I'll be on interviewed by Tammy, right here on the B2G Unity TV network at 7 p.m. on Tuesday.
Non-vanilla lifestyles.
Wait, what?
It's called in different sections. Just plain missionary girl on top is called vanilla style. So anything else above that is
so is that the title? Non-vanilla lifestyles? Non-vanilla lifestyles?
We can.
That's quite interesting. Let's do it.
Or we can just say, let's talk about sex part 2. That works.
Works for me.
Mm-hmm.
So until Wednesday, you guys be epic.
All right. You guys have fun. Bye.
Conversations with Trent in conjunction with Taylor Kennedy Media and your radio network would like to thank you for calling in and listening to tonight's episode. We hope that tonight's conversation offended you just enough to turn your mirror inward to come back for more. So until next week's conversation, be epic.